Where's FoolCraft? Where's FoolCraft? What happened to FoolCraft? Record some FoolCraft. Where's FoolCraft? If you've said this before in your life, you're not alone. A lot of people have said it. And it's perfectly fine to ask questions like that. It's perfectly fine. I'm here to answer those questions for you today. Where's FoolCraft? Well, if you'll notice, most of the members of the FoolCraft server have kind of slowed down on their uploading. And that is because we are ending Season 1 of FoolCraft. It is over. This is it. This is the last episode of Season 1. Now, you may have some concerns. You may be very attached to this world. There might be some projects that you're very attached to, and you think, this is sad that we're losing all this. Well, don't worry, because there may be some surprises for you coming in Season 2. And will there be a Season 2? Yes, there will. Yes, there will. Do not worry. Do not fret. FoolCraft will be back in full force sooner than later. So do not worry. But since this is the end of Season 1, I thought we would go through. I'm frozen. I'm 100% frozen right now. My screen. There we go. We would go through and kind of review some of the stuff that we did here on Season 1 because it was I'm frozen. I'm back. It was a very fruitful Season 1. But part of the reason why we're doing a reset is because this world, we've had this going for quite some time, and we've done quite a lot of building on here, and there's quite a lot of mechanical stuff on here. We've gone through multiple different versions, and a reset is going to really help things as far as the smoothness. It's gotten kind of to an unplayable point. You'll see as we kind of progress on here. This could be due to some of my settings as well, possibly, but overall, I think the group is in agreement that things are a little bit stiff. Before we go on with a tour of the things B-Dubs has built, we've been peeking at this park from time to time that Scar's been working on. And boy, oh boy, I mean, we got to take another look at this. Scar has been working on this, and it is just, glorious. I love this. I mean, for a Central Park, I feel like the terrain is, my first impression was it's a little bit extreme with the ups and downs, but the more you walk through it, the more realistic and perfect it feels. It's so, so good. But anyway, so he's got that going. But let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we've done. Since we're here in the city, let's review some of the things in the city that we've done. Since we're right here, let's start out with the subway. We spent quite a lot of episodes working on this subway, and I think it did turn out really, really nicely. Now, the great thing about this and the great memory that I have of this area is that we're in direct contact, pretty much, with the New York Subway Museum. And we got some nice reference images from them to kind of help. I initially made a subway train, and after seeing some of those reference images, I decided, you know what? They got a better idea than I do on how to do this thing. So we made a little bit more of an old-timey subway train, which is cool. So I like this subway station. I think it looks pretty nice. We put some good effort into it. Definitely, I mean, with these sorts of projects, with every project we did on here, they could all take hours and hours more work. But there comes a time where you have to just say, that's enough for the moment. And we worked on this area as well, this corner building. We got the little newspaper stand. Last thing we did is we've been working on this barber shop. We've got some of these apartments here that we've been working on, which I think are going to be nice once we get them completed. We've got this upstairs area, which is a little bit of a trippy area, but can potentially be really cool. Beneath it is the theater, which was a point of much controversy. Originally, we were going to do a movie theater, and it changed into a boxing arena. And some people not too thrilled with that idea. And again, this project unfinished, but lots of potential for where we can go. I really like how that turned out. I think it looks really nice. Let's go in from the lower area as well. We're going to have to kill some cows at some point tonight too. But yeah, this arena looking nice. Oh, things are running really smooth. I just ate that and it was perfectly fine. Nice. Can I go to sleep? Yes, it's nighttime. So I think this theater, I mean, it took a ton of time, but it worked out pretty nicely, you know? There's a lot of progress that we can make. But let's move on. Let's move on. I especially like the outside. I think the outside looks really cool. B-Dub's Building Company. My favorite. This is my favorite build in the whole place, with the side wall with all the graffiti and advertisements on the side. These shop windows, I love how those turned out. I think that worked out really, really nicely. This building evolved a lot. From my first attempt at building this, and I initially was trying to build it with the saw. What mod was that from? Saw. This is from the Architecture Craft mod. I was trying to build with that, and then, of course, I defaulted to the chisel and bits, which I think made it look a lot nicer. The windows and the sign, I love that sign. That took several hours to build, but it was really nice. And then this interior, which again is kind of unfinished, but I think it worked out really nicely. The builder's lotion and the builder's manuals and the beautiful elevator that Iskal helped us work out, really nice. In my back room, of course. Any goodies in here? No, not really. I think it worked out really nice. I love this building. I love it. I think it's great. But yeah, and then of course, I think our first real eye opener with chisel and bits. Well, maybe not. This was one of the really fun things that I did with chisel and bits, though, is this little tunnel, which I didn't think was going to be possible. I didn't think this whole optical illusion thing was going to be possible until I started digging into it, and then it really kind of came to fruition. And the timing of me doing this was really perfect, because at the time I was really studying perspective in art, and I think studying that perspective at the same time as doing this worked out flawlessly, because this is very much a perspective painting or, build, because you have to work out the lines and how it all flows and stuff. So I was pretty happy with that. And then the bridge, which unfortunately is a little on the small side, but it's not bad. Anyway. That's what we've done here. We put a lot of time into this area, but it's all worked out very, very nicely. Let's head on now to a different area. There she is off in the distance. B-Dub's house. My house. Now that's my power generator that's powering my ability to fly. Luckily, it's continued to work throughout this whole thing, which is nice. Let's get some of this. This is awfully quiet because we've got the sound dampener. We're going to need this to help us get through the episode here. Yeah. Okay. Are you dying? Am I hitting you? I must not be. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. I'm hitting that one. Why am I seeing? Oh, hearts for damage. I'm damaging them. Okay. Nice to know. But yeah, here is my house. I had a lot of fun working on this. We've got the nice pool out front, out the side yard, and then we've got our little entrance here, and a living room with a fireplace, with a really super cool fireplace that we got some recommendations on how to make that look more atmospheric and immersive. I love it. We got the kitchen here, and of course the prank from Doc M77 with the haunted basement, which I love. Is it still haunted? looks pretty safe to me now. Thank God. And then, of course, the garage as well. The garage was a fun project to work on, too. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. And it's functional. We've got the little oil stain, some stuff down there, and of course, ooh, yes, some tools, some Minecraft tools hanging up there, and the functional garage with the basketball hoop on the outside. I love it. I love it. It's really cool. I enjoyed making this. Obviously, it's unfinished, and we kind of got to a point here. The reason why we had such a hiccup here is because I was very new to Chisel and Bits doing this, and there was a lot that I was still learning, and I learned very quickly that this floor here was not going to work, unfortunately, or this ceiling. We picked a ceiling height that was a little too tall, and I ended up putting a lot of detail into that ceiling below, and to remove all of that, we'd have to lower everything to get this floor on the right height. So to make this work, I'd have to have everything on this height, which not so good. So that was a little bit of a hiccup. That it was a learning process. It's something that I just had to kind of learn how it all works. How much detail did I put in the ceiling? Was it that much, really? It's not that much. It's pretty easy to fix, actually. But at the time, it felt like a lot more than it actually was. And for, you know, if we build a house again, we're going to have better knowledge of how that's all going to work out. So that's good. And we've done many other things. You know, of course, we had the epic battle in the Nether. I think that was one of my most memorable things. We had the epic battle in the Nether to lasso a ghast. I kept right-clicking, and I caught one, but I then quickly released it afterward. So yeah, that was a pretty good memory. But let's head on to the last big project that we worked on. Hello? What's all this noise? Oh, maybe you guys heard that. Maybe you didn't. I'm working on some dual PC setup stuff, so you may have heard something from my other computer. Anyway, let's head on to another area, shall we? Oh, thank God. I've got this cleared out, so now we aren't coming in here and suffocating to death. But we worked on this. This was last episode, I think. The last episode we did here. We worked on this area some. And, you know, don't feel bad. This, you know, we're doing a reset, but this isn't all for nothing. Trust me. You'll see. Just trust me. Okay? So we've been working on some things here. We worked on this, which I thought was pretty cool. And we'll have this connection, underground connection area. It's looking pretty nice. I think that looks pretty cool, pretty good. And we were just starting to work on like coffee burp, coverage areas and stuff. Which I think is going to be cool. Oh, I'm going to sneeze now. My body's doing all of the things. I'm going to probably fart soon too. Not sneezing. It stopped. Okay. This, I don't know about. This is the thing. I mean, this is where we're just going to be totally honest with each other. Ooh, cloud in the sky. Hui! Maybe don't fly. That makes me feel nervous. Yeah, that's making me feel nervous. So yeah, this is the part I'm not too thrilled about and not too sure about. We've got this building design here. And I was kind of basing this off of the fact that I had infinite blocks to use at the time when I was working on this. So I thought, oh man, this would be super easy to knock it out super fast. But then, of course, that's cheating. And we don't cheat around here. Not a bunch of cheaters. So I'm thinking maybe we do something different with how we are going to decorate this area out. Make it look a little bit nicer. Of course, it'll take more time. We've got this little tunnel over here. This is one of my favorite things with the micro blocks. Whoa, careful. With the micro blocks, the fact that you can make these super fast stairways like that, I love it. Love it. So yeah, the arena's here, and there might be a possibility of this hanging around. Possibly. Okay? Just possible. Not sure. Anyway. Yeah, that's pretty much, I mean, what is this, 47th episode? 47 episodes. It doesn't seem like a whole lot, but when you're dealing with micro blocks, let's just put this block somewhere, shall we? When you're dealing with micro blocks, your progress is slow but more impressive. So things take a lot longer to do, but at the end of the day, it looks a lot better than anything you have done in the game. So, yeah, that's kind of why we don't have a whole lot to show for ourselves here for this season 1. But I'm saying for 40 episodes, not so bad. Not so bad indeed. But mainly, I want to thank you guys. The support on this series. Well, I want to thank Iskall, first of all, because Iskall put this mod pack together, him and his team, and they did a fantastic job, and it really breathed a lot of life into me. I was starting to get to a point to where I was doing the same thing over and over in Minecraft, and it was getting a little old for you guys, and it was getting a little old for me. So when this came along and Iskall invited me on, it was a breath of fresh air, I think, for all of us. So make sure to give him some love from the B-Dubs community for what he did, for bringing us on here and for putting this together, because it was probably so far one of the most fun experiences that I've had in Minecraft. But I want to thank you guys too, because you guys, of course, with your support and stuff, you've kind of showed me that this is, and the fact that there's all these questions, where's FoolCraft, where's FoolCraft, where's FoolCraft, that kind of, that shows me that this is something that you guys really like and really want to continue. So that feels great. That feels really, really good. And I appreciate you guys showing up for that and showing out. And is that what you say? Show up and show out? I don't know. But I appreciate you guys so much for all that support. It meant a lot, and it made this series what it was, for sure. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to call it, okay? Now it's time. You know the lessons we learned from our parents about being patient? Now it's time to do that. I'm teaching my daughter Ari patience right now. We've got some tomato plants in the backyard, and it takes a while. They grow, but they're green. So it takes a while for them to turn red and ripen and get ready to eat. So I'm saying we got to be patient. You have to be patient. That's what, I'm not saying that you guys are that young, but this is one of those times where we have to be a little patient and wait for the next incarnation of FoolCraft to start up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again real soon. Of course, I'll be putting up Hermitcraft and building with B-Dub below, and I've got more fun stuff in store. Keep your eyes peeled on the B-Dubs channel, because I got some other surprises for you, all right? Love you guys to death, and we'll see you in the next episode. Rockin' and rollin', and rockin', and rollin', and rockin'.